You're listening to Talk with Watch.
Welcome to Watch 50 Years Tells a Story. Our story began in 1972. We were the first state-funded service for adults with intellectual disabilities in Tuolumne County. In the beginning, there were 8 individuals attending this newly established activity center. Today, we serve 162 individuals and provide services that increase self-sufficiency and support each individual's full participation in the community.
Hello and welcome to Talk with Watch for this Thursday, March 27th. I'm Greg Janetta and I'm sitting in the podcasting room today with Terry, Courtney, and Ashley. Good morning, ladies. How are you guys doing?
Good morning.
Everybody okay?
Good.
Yeah. All right. So today's topic is we're going to talk about important possessions in our life. We're going to talk about 3 items that we own that we love dearly and maybe why, the stories behind why we love these possessions. I was telling you guys earlier, I'm a big music fan, so I have certain records that I love, things like that. I have books that I really love that I need to know where these things are at all times. So as I was telling you earlier, there's a shelf in my house that I keep all of these types of possessions on, pictures of my kids, things like that. So maybe some of you have some possessions in your life that you want to see on a daily basis, that make you feel good in some way or another. So Ashley, if it's okay with you, and if anybody needs more time to think about anything, let me know and we can move on to whoever might be ready to give responses. So Ashley, can you think of some possessions that you own that you love and maybe why you love them so much?
I have a vase because it's remembers me of my grandma.
You have a vase. What color is the vase?
It's it's clear, but it has flowers on it.
It has flowers on it. And you said it reminds you of a family member.
Yes.
Did you say your grandmother?
Yes.
So did you get the vase from your grandmother? Was it maybe something that you inherited from her? Or?
It's inherited.
Yeah.
So.
And that's wonderful. I have a few. I have a old pistol that I inherited from my grandfather, who passed away when I was very young. I was probably only about 9 or 10 years old when my grandfather passed away, and I inherited this really cool, old pistol of his. And I have very few possessions from my grandparents, but the ones that I do have, again, they're in these areas in my home where I know they're safe, and I can take them out whenever I want to. And isn't it neat when you have a possession like this vase and you can think about your grandmother owning it, maybe where she would put it in the house. And these types of items, they tell stories. These are wonderful artifacts that we inherit from our deceased relatives. And it's kind of fun to think about, maybe where in those homes your grandmother might have placed it. Maybe it was something that was very valuable to her, regardless of its value. You know what I mean? Can you think of anything else, Ashley, aside from that vase? Is there another item that you want to mention?
I have paintings that my grandmother used to paint.
So you have an actual painting that your grandmother. Now that's really special, huh? Was it maybe like a landscape painting, or was it of a specific?
She used to have she used to do Bob Ross's paintings.
Bob Ross, yes.
And she's done like landscapes and like graves, ocean.
Very neat.
And she also did some socks. Just a few of the socks she's done.
Did she used to watch the Bob Ross show? Because he used to have a painting show on television. Do you remember if she ever used to watch that?
I don't know if she watched them, but she learned from Bob Ross.
She learned from Bob Ross. That's a coincidence because I have Boy, I wish it was a real Bob Ross painting, but I have a reprint of a Bob Ross painting. It's of a lake with some mountains in the background, and I actually have that. That actually hangs in my house too, because I thought I mean, he was a marvelous individual. The way that he could, get these paintings done in, a half an hour. It was truly incredible to watch that guy. So very neat. Okay, maybe think of one more, Ashley. Do you have another item that you really like to, that you protect and you want it, to be close to you at all times?
Well, when I was in elementary, we made our own Christmas cookbook.
Okay.
It's not very big, but it's very thin. And it has all of my classmates what recipes they came up with,
Right.
and I just go by the recipe, and it has the name who is it by, and
That's
so
very neat. So
yeah.
is that in your kitchen somewhere?
Yes,
It is. So that's neat. You get to read through the recipes, and then you also have good memories of your friends that you went to school with and everything.
yeah.
Very cool. Very cool. Courtney, good morning.
Good morning.
So, talking about possessions that are near and dear to our hearts, can you think of something that you really love? One of your
Well,
possessions?
I love stuffed animals.
Okay.
My favorite stuffed animals um is a jet plane.
A jet plane stuffed plushie.
Yeah.
Cool. Does it remind you of a travel that you took
Yes.
one time in your life?
Yes.
So did you go on an airplane, and is that how you got it? Or did somebody just buy it for you?
They buy it for me.
Okay. So when you travel, do you take that with you sometimes?
Yes.
Okay, so you still travel with that. Yeah, that's very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. Can you think of another possession that you love that you own?
I love reading books.
Books. So you have a favorite, do you have a favorite book at home?
Um, I like managing your mind.
Managing Your Mind? That sounds like a really interesting book.
Oh.
I don't know that I've ever read that book, but
Yeah, it's
that,
so good.
yeah, yeah, that book has obviously had an impact on you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Very good. Yeah, I have a countless number of books. It would be so hard for me to, books and music are those types of things in life that it's almost impossible to
Right.
narrow it down to one, that if you could only have one of those books or one of those albums, what
Yeah.
would you pick? I mean, that would be very hard for me anyway, and for most of us.
Yeah.
That's really dear to us. Um, can you think of one more possession? You've got your airplane plush, you've got your book, Managing Your Mind. Is there maybe one more item that you can think of?
Well, I like to collect CDs.
Okay. Do you have a favorite CD that you own that you play more than all the other ones?
I have like Taylor Swift CDs,
Very good.
and then I also have, uh, I also have Mamma Mia CD.
Oh, the soundtrack to Mamma Mia?
Yeah,
Yeah, a lot of ABBA on that, isn't there?
yeah,
Do you like the band ABBA? They sing Dancing Queen and
yes,
those types of songs. Very good. So that's an album that when you play it, it probably makes you feel good, huh?
yeah,
The music from
yeah.
the Mamma Mia soundtrack. Hi, Terry.
Hi,
How are you today?
good.
Good. So, Terry, let's talk about some of the possessions that you own that you love. I know you're a big John Wayne fan.
I'm John Wayne.
Do you own any of his movies?
Yep, I got John Wayne movies.
Okay. So you would keep your John Wayne movie, at
Uh-huh.
least one of those. What about any other possessions that you own that you love?
I like watch TV.
Okay.
I like watch TV at home.
Okay.
I
All
like
right.
I have a TV at home in my room.
What about some of the other things in your room that you get to see every day? Does anything stand out that might be on one of your bookshelves, or maybe that you'd sleep?
I got a better boop at home.
Oh, Betty Boop?
Yep,
Is it like a stuffed Betty Boop plush?
yep,
So you like Betty Boop?
yep,
Very good. I did not know that about you.
yep.
So you got your films and you got your Betty Boop
A better
plush.
boop at home.
And can you think of one more item, Terry, that you really love?
I like shopping.
Did you buy something at the Dollar Tree lately that you really like?
Color books.
Oh, cooking books or
Color books.
color books.
Yes. Uh-huh.
So that's something that you might want to have with you. You know,
Yes.
that's a great thing to take when you travel.
Yes.
When you travel, do you take your coloring books?
Yes.
And does that help you relax
Relax.
when you work on some art?
Yes.
Great responses, you guys. Can anybody else, Ashley? Can you think of one more thing maybe that you cherish, that you own?
My cell phone.
Your cell phone. Okay, I have a sneaking suspicion that the cell phone is probably, for 99% of the world, one of their most cherished possessions, and that's a great answer.
Because I have a Disney Frozen phone case, and because I really like Queen Elsa.
You like Queen? She's one of your favorite Disney characters.
Yes.
Yes, cell phones are sort of a necessity for people more than, possession these days. That's how we stay in touch with our friends and families. That's how we get news. That's how we learn about the world. It's all right there at our fingertips. So
Some of my friends call me Elsa, so
that's your nickname
yes.
from some of your friends?
Yes.
Because you love the movie so much.
Yes.
Courtney, what about you? I mean, cell phone, great answer. That wasn't even on my radar, but now that you mention it, sure. Is it one of the most important things in my life? Not necessarily, but it is necessary because a lot of what I do for my job requires me to have this phone on me. So without it, I'd be kind of lost. What about you, Courtney? Can you think of one more item that you love, that you own?
Well, I love I like playing games on my phone.
Okay. So cell phone is one of the items that, you like to have around you
Yeah,
at
and
all
then
times
I
too.
talk with my friends.
Okay. Very good, you guys. Well, thank you for joining me this morning. Thanks for your responses. And we'll be right back with more Talk with Watch.
We interrupt this episode for a brief commercial break. Watch was founded in 1972 by a group of parents and teachers who knew that adults with intellectual disabilities needed support to live productive and happy lives as members of our community. It has grown over the past 50 plus years to now support over 180 people who live in Tuolumne, Calaveras, and Mariposa counties.
Come work at Watch. A job at Watch is important and meaningful. If you're interested in employment with Watch, please complete the application for employment and return by email rcarney@watchemail.org, rcarney@watchemail.org, fax to 209-533-0907, mail to 12801 Havasu Road, Sonora, California 95370, or you can hand deliver to our office at Watch Resources at 12801 Havasu Road, Sonora, California 95370. For information, you can call Ruth Carney at 209-533-0510.
Discover the creativity of the Watch Art Guild. Check out our ceramic fish and other creative ceramics made by our talented participants. We also have beautiful wall art painted by our participants. Our pieces were made with love and care by each of our participants. Each of our members strive to create unique quality art. Every artist receives an income from each sale. Every purchase you make shows how much the work is appreciated and loved. Thank you for shopping at Watch Resources Art Guild. You can purchase at artguild@watchemail.org. Art Guild at watchemail.org. Link in bio.
Back to Talk with Watch.
Welcome back to Talk with Watch. I'm Greg Janetta. I'm sitting here now with Monty, Robbie, and Gus. Good morning, you guys. How's everybody doing today? All right.
It's great.
You're doing good? Okay.
Uh-huh.
So we just spoke between the commercial break there about possessions,
Yeah.
things that we own that are ours. And, they could be things that maybe you inherited from another relative or somebody important in your life. Ashley, last break, she was talking about this vase that she got from her grandmother. And
Okay.
I have very few possessions from my grandparents because a lot of my grandparents, they passed away when I was, really young.
Oh,
But I have this old pistol, that my grandfather used to own.
Yeah.
And that's like one of my prized possessions. I keep it in a locked cabinet with some other things. And
How long did you have your grandma?
my grandfather on my mother's side passed away probably when I was about 9 years old. And then my grandfather on my father's side passed away right around the same time. So I never really got to know my grandparents. But we're talking about possessions. Okay, Monty, and we'll start with you. Can you think of maybe what is your most prized possession? Something that you have near you, when you go home. Maybe it's in your room, maybe you have it locked in a safe place. Can you think of a possession that you own that you really love? And we can always come back to you if you need a little more time to think of it. Okay. Robbie, do you have anything in mind? We'll go to you now.
I would like my prized possession is the Star Wars Episode 4 and 5, the limited edition, the original cut DVDs.
Is it a set that came together?
No, it's individual DVDs. I found it good stuff.
So, and I know from talking to you, you're a massive movie fan. So am I.
Yeah.
And very good. So that's something that if it went missing, you'd be pretty bummed out about, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And plus horror films.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
So you've got those two Star Wars movies that are your favorite movies that you.
I haven't got like Return of the Jedi, the original cut DVD. Like if I find it, I'll grab it.
Yeah. So good. And movies, are important to us. Movies make us feel good. Movies entertain us. But yeah, movies are great. And I always know where my copy of Gattaca is at all times because I get excited when people tell me they've never seen the movie. And I'm like, oh, well, you've got to see this. So I lend out that movie a lot. So that is a prized possession of mine because that movie had such an impact on me.
By the way, my prized possession is my game consoles.
There you go. So your game console.
By the way, because I spent a lot of time on my game consoles. I have a PS2, 3, 4, and Xbox One. Okay. I mean, I bought digital games for all three of those, except for the PS2.
Yeah.
Over the years.
For a lot of people, gaming consoles are one of the most important. That's how we relax when we go home. Yeah. Very good. Good answers. Okay, so Gus, let's talk about some things that you own that you have at home that you
like
really, really cherish. What's one thing that you own that you really love?
I love the video game.
Video games.
Yeah.
So you have your video games too. Do you spend a lot of time at home playing video games?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Very good. So those are very important to you.
Yes.
If those games ever went missing or you lost them, you'd be pretty bummed.
Yeah.
About it, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else that you can think of? Maybe something that a family member gave you or made for you? Do you have anything like that? I remember in the last group, Courtney talked about this airplane plush that she owns that she takes with her when she travels. Sometimes when we travel, there's things that we take with us because we like to have them near us. That's totally.
Oh yeah, we took a drive a long time ago and
took a drive a long time ago.
Yeah, and we brought the screen and put a disc.
Like a portable DVD player.
Yeah.
So you remember when you went on this trip, you were watching movies maybe in the back?
Yeah.
Yeah, those portable DVD players are cool. We still have one that we still use.
But I remember those. I remember using a portable DVD. I remember watching those. Like put on family-friendly movies like Harry Potter, Road to El Dorado.
Sure.
When you mention portable DVD players, that just brings back my childhood.
There you go. And it does for a lot of people. Yeah. When I was a child, they didn't have portable DVD players. They didn't even have the internet when I was until I was in high school. That's how old I am.
How old you when that?
Well, in my, when you say childhood, I think of a childhood from the time you're born to maybe the age of
12.
10 or 11 years old, sometime around there. And yeah, they didn't have the internet. They didn't have portable DVD players at that time in my life. That stuff was invented when I was, in junior high or high school.
I got one.
Yeah.
My favorite hobby is collecting.
You like to collect movies too?
Oh yes.
Okay, let's go back to you, Monty.
I got so many movies. I just got 3 new movies.
Okay, so Dawn of the Dead?
Yeah.
Like the original Dawn of the Dead or the remake?
The old one.
The old one.
Oh, the remake of Dawn of the Dead is one of the best.
Old one. Old one.
Oh,
The old one, yeah.
the
See,
remake rules.
I
I'm
don't like remakes.
I'm with you, Monty. I like the original movies.
I hate the remakes.
There are some remakes that are pretty decent, but for me, especially when you're talking about those old horror movies, the originals are always the best.
Hey, can I tell you what my favorite horror?
Hold on, let Monty finish his thought.
Like if you watch Gunsmoke.
Huh?
Remember Gunsmoke?
I'm familiar with Gunsmoke.
Yep. You remember Chitty Chitty Bang Bang?
Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, yes.
You remember all those other old movies?
Yeah.
Yeah,
those are shows that came out, I think, in like the 60s. Those are ones, yeah.
I mean, I haven't seen the original Dawn of the Dead.
It's good. Yeah.
I
Original Dawn is
I mean, I should watch it on
the
YouTube.
real deal.
It's
You can do that at home, I think.
just be careful. It has some.
Yeah, you won't be able to watch that under this roof,
Yeah.
but when you're at home,
I had some.
you can do what you want.
Yeah, when I'm in my room, I can do whatever the hell I want.
Language.
Yeah,
Sorry.
that's okay.
Can you censor out that word?
We're adults here. I don't think I'm going to have to, but
Just be careful.
so Monty, what about anything else? Do you have anything that maybe somebody gave you?
When I was in the hospital,
Mhm.
I always think of this when I was in hospitals. Because I don't. Gave me a king's blanket.
A Sacramento Kings blanket?
Yes.
So your mom gave that to you when you were in the hospital. So that's got to be one of your most cherished
Oh,
possessions.
that I have my whole room in Kings.
I didn't realize you were such a Sacramento Kings fan.
Oh man.
That's very cool.
I'm gonna get a. Next time, my mom's sister
Mhm.
had a baby boy.
That's an awesome item that you're speaking about, Monty. Blankets. I still have blanket. My daughter's 23 years old now. I still have the big blanket that when she was born, the nurses wrapped her in. I don't know that I was supposed to take that blanket out of the hospital, but I took it.
Oh,
I threw it in my duffel bag,
you
and yeah, well, hey, they got
got
plenty of blankets at the hospital. They're not missing any blankets at the hospital. I'm not condoning stealing, by the way, but
What's condoning mean?
encouraging anyone to ever steal
You
anything.
don't
But
own it. You put it back.
it's an important blanket to me, and it's mine. So,
Okay, so and what else is cool?
yeah. What else?
And I get to do high gear with the other people.
High gear. Yes,
And
absolutely.
High gear is
Speaking of high gear,
Hold on. Let Monty finish
Go
his
ahead.
thought. Okay.
when I was gone to Disneyland.
Disneyland. Yeah.
Yeah, and when I was 7 or 8 years old,
Did you buy anything at Disneyland that you still own from that trip? Do you have maybe a hat or a pin or something?
a pin.
Okay.
Pins. But
I just remembered what we used to do in long car rides when I was a kid. We used to do Mad Libs. I
oh
don't know
god.
if you guys
Oh
are
man.
familiar with Mad Libs.
Yes.
But me and my brother and my mom would do Mad Libs
Oh god. I
on
hate
long
Mad
car
Libs.
rides. Yeah.
I
So,
hate
you know,
Mad Libs.
Yeah, that's what we had to entertain us. I was never forced to do Mad Libs, but it was a way to pass the time. And, if you got the right group around you, Mad Libs could be
Yeah,
be
no,
pretty
it's
fun.
funny.
If you do this.
Oh, I don't know if we can do Mad Libs in here. I don't know about some of the answers we'd get.
Yeah.
They'd probably ban Mad Libs.
yeah.
Here, watch, I would imagine. All right, you guys, thank
blame
you
it
for
on
your
him.
responses.
Blame it
Yeah.
on him.
Oh, thank you so much.
Thanks, you guys.
Awesome.
And we'll be right back with more Talk with Watch.
Awesome.
We interrupt this episode for a brief commercial break.
Do you love to thrift shop? Then you must check out our thrift store, Good Stuff, at 10A Pastry Way, Sonora, California 95370. Our hours are Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m., and Sunday 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. It's a treasure hunt every day at our thrift store Good Stuff. Gently used, gently priced. Donations are accepted whenever the store is open. Occasionally we are overwhelmed with your generosity and need to limit donations. If you need to be sure we are accepting donations, call 209-588-0550 before you come by. Your donations and purchases provide jobs for people with disabilities and funding to support Watch's services. You can take a virtual tour on our Watch website at watchresources.org. Again, watchresources.org under the Businesses tab, link in bio.
Back to Talk with Watch.
All right. We have switched around instructors a little bit just to kind of give you guys a little bit of a break from us out there, because I was out there hanging out with you guys doing some Uno before.
It's this close to winning too.
I know.
At day one.
So yeah, it's just kind of to change it up a little bit and keep it nice and spicy. So I am Amanda, and today we have Cord, Andy, and Danner. Yes, I know that you guys know what my name is, but not everybody else that's listening to this is going to know what my name is, right? Right. Okay. So the topic today was give us a piece of I think it was like memorabilia or a possession that is very important to you. And a couple of items, I think it's like three items that you feel like you could not live without. Okay? So do you guys know what a possession is?
No.
So, like, it's basically anything that you own, right? So like your clothes, that's your possessions, right?
Yeah.
Or your bag, that's your possessions, right?
Yeah.
So it's kind of similar to that, but like I think that what we're trying to get at is what is a possession of yours that you really cherish, that you really treasure. It's like a piece of gold to you. Like you could not live without it. Do you guys want me to give you an example?
Yes.
Okay, so I have a sweater that it's a 49er sweater. I know. And and it was a gift to my dad when he was really young. And when I was a kid growing up, I would oftentimes steal this sweater from my dad.
Oh no.
And I wore out the sleeves of this sweater. I dirtied this sweater like crazy, and it basically turned into a giant bag on me.
Oh, God.
And my dad and I argued often about this sweater. He was very upset every time he would see me in it because I don't know, I just loved the sweater. I liked it. And so one day he ended up giving that sweater to me. And that is a possession that I cherish because it was a bond between me and my father. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. Do you guys have an item like that in your lives? Something that was given to you that's really, really, really special? Something that you really don't think you could live without?
There's someone I know it's special.
Not a person. It's
Correct.
an item.
Oh.
Sorry, Andy. What about you, Cord? Do you have an item that's really important to you in your life?
Oh yeah, wait. I'll wait till my
It could
turn
be a
comes around.
hat. It could be a blanket. It could be
No blanket.
a lucky penny. You have a blanket?
Yeah.
Is it like your childhood blanket?
Mine.
It's yours.
Yep.
What does it have on it? What does it look like?
Not a lot.
One more time?
No, on my bed.
It's on your bed. Does it have any patterns on it? Like, does it have like, okay, what's on it?
My basketball team.
A basketball team. Which one?
Williams.
The Warriors.
Yeah.
Right on. And it's a treasured item to you.
Yeah.
You could not live without that blanket. If you were to go home today and not see that blanket, you would be really upset. That's what you're telling me.
Yeah. Has movies on it and it has games on it and
Okay.
pictures, colors, has numbers on it.
Mm-hmm.
I always do every time I
Yeah. So
board.
So
Not just
it,
the only thing I need. It's just the headsets to goes to my Kindle.
yeah.
I don't have.
It's okay. So let's break this down a little bit, Andy. Your Kindle, is it a one of a kind Kindle? Is it one of a kind to you? Okay. Is it one of a kind to you because it was gifted to you? And you've put a lot of time into it? Okay. And so if that Kindle was to break, that one Kindle was to break, you don't. I hope it doesn't break either. But what I'm trying to get at is that if that Kindle was to break, would you be able to replace that Kindle? You could probably buy a new one, right?
Good.
But is the one that you have right now, is that sentimental to you?
It's just like when I open it up,
Mm-hmm.
like I open it up, it's closed like this.
Mm-hmm.
You open it up and play. Just the one part goes open and shuts.
Mm-hmm.
It goes in the back, and then turn on the candle on, and
Okay.
then everything. There's comments. There's pictures.
Okay.
Tinted to.
All right, put a pause for just a moment, okay? I'm getting signals from my boss that she needs to talk to me. Oh no. No, it's okay. It's all right. I'll be right back, okay, guys?
Greg Janetta here. I had to step in for Amanda, who had to step away for a little bit. So I know possessions is the topic today, and she told me, Andy, that you were in the middle of discussing. You have a Kindle that you consider one of your most cherished possessions. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
So okay,
It's like when I open it up, it opens up, it goes in back of it, and it's when I turn on my Kindle. It's just like every pictures I do, I am addicted to. I cannot stop doing it.
Well, you can do a lot of things on a Kindle, huh?
Yeah,
You can
I
watch
can.
your football games. You can read. You can
books on that. Yeah,
listen to music. There's a
Yeah.
lot of things you can do on a Kindle.
Yeah, I know.
Now that is an electronic, and like in the last group, they had said topic of cell phones got brought up again, and again, that's an electronic that we, as human beings, have grown so connected to that it's usually always on us, throughout the day. And then when it's not, it's charging on the nightstand, 3 feet away from us. But not talking about electronics. What's something else, Andy, that you own that you really love? Maybe something a family member gave you, or do you have anything from your childhood that you still have?
My mom has a picture of me when I was little.
There you go. So a photograph of you when you were little.
Yeah, I don't know where she put it.
Do you remember where you were when that photograph was taken? Where you lived?
I was in Texas.
You were in Texas. Was it a photograph of you outside or in your house? So you were a little baby, right? Okay.
My mom taught me when I was 6.
Oh, so when you were 6. Okay. So
My mom taught me when I was 6, and then from there, then my mom took me to a school. My mom is a teacher, and she gave me I was in another class when she's teaching another one. I was the one reading books to them.
Nice.
Um,
What did your mom teach? Do you remember what subject she taught? Did she teach math or science or reading? Do you remember?
Reading.
Reading, okay. So this photograph is very important to you. Now, do you have it in a picture frame or an album?
That's what I do not have.
Okay, but you still have the photo. Danner, what about you? Do you own something at home that's maybe in your bedroom that you love? Can you tell us what it is into the microphone? Okay, what is it? Can you tell us? Is it a stuffed animal, a book, a photograph? Can you tell us what the item is that you love so much? Okay. What is it? Do you want to write it down really fast? Spell it out. Write it down there for me. While Danner is writing that down.
I have one more thing.
Go ahead.
My bed.
Fire away, buddy.
I have a Superman laying on my bed.
Like a Superman action figure?
No, it's just like a Superman. It lays on the bed. It's a Superman person.
Okay.
It's like a Superman doll.
A doll.
It's like it lays on the bed when I'm not on there. The bed. He's on my bed.
Okay.
My bedroom.
There we go. Those are the kind of items we're looking for. So you have a Superman like doll. That is very important to you.
Yep.
Very cool. Let's see, Danner. Let's see. I don't have my glasses on me, but it looks like you wrote. Oh, Mickey Mouse. Okay, now go ahead and sit back in your chair. Okay, so are you a Mickey Mouse fan? Is it a Mickey Mouse plushie or doll or something like that? So you have a Mickey Mouse in your room. Did you get it at Disneyland? So you got it at Disneyland. So that's one of your most, yeah, Mickey. That's one of your most prized possessions is your Mickey Mouse. Very good. My wife is a big Disney fan too, and she's got a lot of. Do you have the Mickey Mouse ears that you get at Disneyland? Do you have any of those hats? You do? So do you collect Mickey Mouse stuff? Do you have a collection? Those are some important things in your life.
Oh.
Andy, I see the wheels turning there in your mind. It looks like you have something else that you want to mention. Can you tell us about it?
I made a story about Dallas.
Okay, the Dallas Cowboys. I know they're your favorite team. You're from Texas, so you're a legitimate Dallas Cowboys fan.
Yeah.
That's good.
Um,
So you made, what do you mean you made a story about it?
I just so I wrote it on paper on a thing, and then I typed it.
Did you type it here at Watch
Mhm.
when you were in the
In the
computer
computer.
lab? Okay. And you have that at home?
No.
Oh,
Yeah, I hanged up on my wall. I took it home, and it was by me.
and that's special to you. It's sort of like you wrote a little book about the Dallas Cowboys. Yeah, very cool. And you have it hanging on your wall.
Yep.
That's awesome. Beautiful answers, you guys. Okay, and you've got a Dallas Cowboys hat on right now.
Mhm.
And that looks like a hat. Have you owned that hat a long time?
I had it.
It looks like a vintage Cowboys hat. Have you had that for a long time?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, very cool. All right, so another possession that you probably love is that Dallas Cowboys hat, right? Okay, well, Danner, thank you for sharing. Andy, thank you for sharing. And Cord,
Yeah.
thank you guys.
We interrupt this episode for a brief commercial break. Watch was founded in 1972 by a group of parents and teachers who knew that adults with intellectual disabilities needed support to live productive and happy lives as members of our community. It has grown over the past 50 plus years to now support over 180 people who live in Tuolumne, Calaveras, and Mariposa counties.
Come work at Watch. A job at Watch is important and meaningful. If you're interested in employment with Watch, please complete the application for employment and return by email rcarney@watchemail.org, rcarney@watchemail.org, fax to 209-533-0907, mail to 12801 Havasu Road, Sonora, California 95370, or you can hand deliver to our office at Watch Resources at 12801 Havasu Road, Sonora, California 95370. For information, you can call Ruth Carney at 209-533-0510.
Back to Talk with Watch.
Okay. Apologies. It was intended for me to do the last interview. I'm just explaining why I left and came back. I was intended to complete the last interview and I ended up getting pulled away, which happens often in this building, right? You guys see instructors get pulled away all the time. And so that just happened. And so Greg, really nice of him, he took over and I said that I wanted to do the last interview. So here we are. We've got Daniela, Shannon, and Jamie.
Yeah.
Awesome group of people. So the topic today was what is a possession? And I can explain what's a possession that you have that you really treasure. And do you guys know what a possession is? Yeah. Not like being possessed, okay? Like it's just an item. Do you have something? Do you know what that is?
No.
Okay. I had a really good example and I'll give another one. Let me think here. Okay. So when I was a little kid, I would go over to my grandmother's house a lot. And she had these, they were kind of like ceramic dolls. And she had one that had overalls and a little hat. And I always loved this doll. And I always wanted to touch it, but she was very wary of me touching it because it was so fragile. And then one day, she asked me if I wanted to hold it. And I sat on this couch and I have a picture of me holding this doll. And I named this doll Andy. And when I got older, my grandmother ended up giving me this doll. And so I have this doll and it's something that's very sentimental to me. It means a lot to me and I would be very hurt if something happened to it. So that's kind of like what we're talking about. It's an item that you have that means something to you. Yeah? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, I get it now.
Yeah, yeah. And it's not necessarily a person. It could be a piece of clothing. It could be a pair of sunglasses or something. You know what I mean? Like it could be anything. A hair tie, you know?
And my dad, he did a band in Stummonite.
Okay.
And then it said, I'm gonna sleep upstairs, a band.
You're gonna sleep upstairs?
Yeah, a bed.
Because the band?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then and some coffee upstairs.
Okay.
And then I got 10 keyboard and a halfway keyboard.
You
100 people keyboard.
Okay.
Halfway that.
Wow, girl.
All those are kick his band.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I mean, you probably see a band every time you see your dad, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And 3 people doing a band.
Mhm.
Kick his good food and then they'll sleep upstairs.
Cool. Very cool.
Yeah, bed. And a bathroom. A bed and a bathroom.
Okay. All right.
Is it does it mean we have to still have it or could it be something we used to have?
It could be something you used to have. In fact, I would find that to be more of an interesting.
I don't have it anymore, but I used to be like, I mean, I'm still obsessed. She's still my favorite princess. I used to have this Ariel doll that I would take everywhere with me.
Aww.
I would sleep with her. I would bathe with her.
That's
I was
so
so
sweet.
obsessed when I was a kid.
Oh, that's so sweet. How big was it? Was it like Barbie?
It was Barbie size. It
Okay.
wasn't like big size.
Mm-hmm. That's
I
cool.
can only imagine big size, life size Barbie doll Ariel in the bathtub. Woohoo!
I know, right? I'm all like, how big is
No.
this doll?
I probably couldn't even be able to fit in the tub.
Did you have like clothing and stuff, like different sets of clothes for
Yes.
her? And did it have like her little fin and all that? And that's cool. What happened to it? Do you know?
It's been so many years, probably lost in the moves. I've moved so many times.
Mm-hmm. Wow. If we were to look up some pictures online of like old Ariel dolls, do you think you could pinpoint her? Do you think
Probably.
you know which one it would be?
Probably.
We totally should. And look on eBay and see how much they are. Maybe you could get your.
And I do have one now. It's hanging on my wall and it's not out.
Mm-hmm.
It only has the fins.
Oh, is it like in its box still?
Mm-hmm.
Dang.
I collect a lot of. I still need several more princesses, but I'm collecting princess dolls.
That's awesome. My aunt used to collect the Barbie ball gown dolls. And she had like a whole wall full of them. And I always was like
Barbies with the gowns
with
and
the
stuff.
giant gowns.
Oh,
Yeah.
I till this day you still see those.
I know, I love those. I always wanted to take them out of the box though, and she was like, "It'll lose its value." Whatever. But that's cool. Thank you. Thanks for sharing.
That was my obsession when I was a kid.
I had obsession with Barbies too, and it was mostly just because of the hair. I just wanted to braid the hair and play with their hair.
I would always like to do hair.
Yep.
That was my
Yeah.
other obsession. Like, I'd always like to do people's hair.
That's cool. Do you do your hair?
Sometimes.
Yeah. I like the braids, and I think you told me that Mel did that.
Mel helps me sometimes when she's not busy.
I liked the braids.
Other than that, I try to do my own hair.
I like it. Oh, cool. Thank you. Thanks for sharing. You got something, Jamie?
Garfield.
A Garfield. Okay.
I still have it.
Oh, right on. And is it like from your childhood?
Yes.
Okay. Have you brought him in? No.
Yes.
You have brought him in? Okay. Does he still have his eyes and all of his parts?
Oh.
Like he's not missing an arm or anything?
He has one eye missing.
No, he has one eye missing. that tracks. Because, I mean, if it's an older stuffed animal, it probably is going to lose a couple of pieces, right?
Call it our field.
Yeah, our field. I like that. It's funny. What about you, Shannon? Do you have an item at home that you can't live without?
Bubble Boss movie.
So maybe a movie or a DVD player?
DVD don't work. He can't break that.
Because your cat broke it.
Yeah, he can't break.
Would you say that maybe the llamas, maybe quinoa is probably
Peanut for teeth.
mm-hmm.
Can't get eat food.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Not good.
That isn't good.
Teeth.
Feel like that might be your sentimental item.
You know what? And my dad, he those a band tickets,
Mm-hmm.
and in those a band, 100 people, those and then those a band.
Okay, yeah.
Take train, I'm gonna take those a band.
Take a train, take a plane, get some coffee, go see a band, go see some cows. Tickets. Yep.
A band tickets, boo.
Yep. So the other part of this question was, what are 3 items that you can't live without?
We'll take coffee, a band.
Coffee is definitely on Shannon's list, I'm sure. And probably your father, I would assume. Yeah.
Take coffee.
Your dad really isn't an item though.
Yeah.
No. But I know coffee for sure is on your list. That's something that you can't live without.
A band have coffee.
The band will have coffee, yeah.
Well, I'll ask Ben some coffee.
Mm-hmm. Do you have anything, Jamie?
My cell phone.
Your cell phone. 1. What are 2 other things?
Coffee.
Coffee. Yep. I definitely don't think I could live without my coffee. What's something else?
And my dogs.
And your dogs. That's awesome. Yeah. I like that.
What happened to deer down the street? He died.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you've been talking about this deer for like a year.
Sorry, dear.
Yeah. Poor deer. What about you, Daniela?
Oh, my phone, my comfy bed.
Your comfy bed, yeah. Is it a queen?
No, it's like
It's a twin.
twin.
Yeah. Living in the lap of luxury and a queen, though.
It's almost big enough for 2 people.
Yeah. Me and Joey, we sleep on a double. Yeah. We don't have a queen size bed.
Don't squeeze your tooth.
What?
Gotta squeeze your tooth on the bed.
Yeah, you gotta suck it in. That's what we always say. What's another thing? So your bed, your phone,
My friends,
your friends.
family.
Yeah. Those aren't items, but it's always up there, as being the things that we can't live without. Friends and family is really high up there. You'd be very lonely if you didn't have any friends.
A band friend too.
The band's your friends?
Yeah.
It's all right.
Clothes, actually.
Clothes, yeah.
Clothes.
I know, right? Like, ugh. Yeah. Clothes should be on that list, huh?
Right?
We could definitely wrap it up. All right. Well, everybody, thank you guys for being here.
you.
See you guys next time.
Thank you for